Oh, dang. I wish I had caught that. The little guy back here, he was up on top of the big oak and he just jumped off. It was cute. But lots of lambs. That one's playing. But anyways, more important stuff. Me and Irene busted our asses today, and we did this. Ta-da! So this is from that pine tree that I took down, and it smashed Stubby, right? And Stubby's revenge is right there. So some of these guys, my goodness. Look, I mean, I don't want to. Like this one right here, that's probably 18 inches wide. They're all, we got so many big ones. They're all 8 feet plus long. And then I got a bunch of real 2x4s and a couple 4x4s. We got these over here. And some fast math says that you couldn't touch any one of these boards for less than 20 bucks, you know. But maybe you could. Maybe some of like this small one right here, that's probably a 1x12, and so you might be able to get that for 14 bucks or something like that. But the bigger ones, you know, a lot of them are 20 inches wide. You know, these are slabs, you know. And so we'll call it an average of 20 bucks a board. And I got 65 of them total. So that's 1,300 bucks. These guys right here, that's another 200 bucks probably. So right there, quick, fast, and in a hurry, we got $1,500 worth of lumber that we did today. I'm very grateful to have that sawmill. All this stuff that you're seeing here on the front of the barn, it's all from my sawmill. Our sawmill, whatever, you know. So it's hard work though. It is. Don't get the idea. I was extremely naive, of course, as everybody is. And you know, I don't want to outright toot my own horn, because I am totally arrogant, no doubt about it. But reality is I do about 90% more than all the human beings that are around me. Put it that way. I have plenty of time to stop and rest and take it easy, but I do shit, you know. So many people don't do anything. And, you know, you get up and they go to their work and they're bored at their work, and then they come home and they pretend to be tired. Oh. Well, that ain't me. Bodie gets shit done. You know, I mean, I get it done. And so with that in mind, I gotta say that, like, with that sawmill, even me, I say that like I'm something special, but seriously, I mean, I've been around so many people. 90% of the people on the planet just don't do anything. You know, they just don't do anything. So, but even a guy like me, running that sawmill is hard. It's just, for one, you're fighting it and you got to push it through. Two, every time that log needs to get turned, I'm the one turning it. I ain't got no nice, what's the name of the real good sawmills that everybody, I think everybody wants. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Mine ain't like that. Everything's manual. And let's walk that direction while I talk. But yeah, it's all manual. My tractor, I'm on and off of the tractor if it's just me. I'm on and off the tractor to actually hook the log up so that I can pick it up. But whenever Irene's here, it's really helpful. She helps me to roll it. And even if she doesn't help me to roll it, she's holding the stays in place while I roll it. You know, so it's really helpful to have a helper. But it's still hard. It's a hard day's work for sure. We had 6 big logs that we cut up, you know. And the whole way you're pushing. And it's not a big deal. It's, I mean, it's easy pushing, but it's not like you're just walking the, and I got good blades. My blades are sharp, but it's not like you just effortlessly walks through the wood. It doesn't. You got to push that big thing. And the stays, this is what I'm talking about. So a lot of times this is the worst stay system I've ever seen. It's horrible. And if your log is too short, or this right here won't extend, you can't extend it down. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Point is I don't have a situation where I've got a bobcat with a grapple bucket on it that I can go and put the log there onto the mill. The mill then hydraulically goes and rolls it and puts it up on there, and then you tell it, cut here, ding, 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 and it goes zip, 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 and all you got to do is stack the logs. No, this is a very in-depth operation that I got to go through, you know, for me to load up the logs. Like I said, I've got to turn them, I've got to lock them down, and in the end, I try to tell people, like I have a buddy, you know, he wanted to get a sawmill real bad. And I was like, well, here's the deal. It ain't going to be like the fantasy in your head. He bought one similar to this. He didn't buy this one. I think he got a Norwood. But here's the thing with a manual sawmill like this. It will not be the fantasy that you have in your head. It's like a fight. You understand that? Anybody that's been in a fight knows that it doesn't go down the way that you fantasized about it. That karate chop that you were imagining going over so well, the guy just goes, dodged that, now what you got? And that's the way running this sawmill is, especially if you're doing some hardwood. Like, I've milled a lot of stuff like this. That's a big old red oak, right? I strapped that beast on there, and just getting it on is 3 times as hard as getting on a pine on the same size, because it's so heavy. And I have to wrap a chain around them, so and hook it in, stab it with a big screw and hook my chain to that and wrap it around it, and then hook the chain to the bucket of my tractor so I can pick up on it and spin the log, because I can't do it by hand. Everything is just so much more effort. And so the one thing that I would constantly try and say to people that are thinking about getting a sawmill, if you're doing stuff that's 18 inches and under, and especially if you're doing softwoods, it'll be fine. You'll be all right, and you'll be like, what's Bodie talking about? He's whining about everything. It ain't too bad. But whenever you start doing big stuff, you can't just reach and turn it. Like an 18-inch pine, you know what I can do? I can grab it with my bare hands and roll that son of a bitch. You know? And whenever you get with your big hardwoods and stuff like that, they weigh twice as much, and you can't do that anymore. And so your effort goes through the roof. But if you're like, oh man, I got this, and you know, so many people are like, oh, I got a big oak, it's big, and you measure it and at the base it's 18 inches. It's not a big oak, guy. You know, so I'm dealing with shit that's actually big, and so therefore the physical exertion is off the charts in comparison to the softwood and the smaller logs and stuff. So if you're getting one of these, you're expecting to mill up that big oak that fell in your backyard, you got some work cut out for you. It's hard work. Irene spent, and she did about a third the amount of work that I did today. She's a great helper, but we just went out and we had dinner, and she's like, I'm going to bed. She's done. You know? So, anyways, yeah, Sawmill. Just wanted to say, put out a little video. That's what we did today, all day. It took us about, I say all day. It took us about 4 hours. 4 hours. But yeah, the Sawmill is a Hudson mill. I would not recommend it to anybody. I mean, I got it and it works, and I'm all right, But there are better mills out there, and I definitely wouldn't recommend this to anybody. Mainly because of that clamping system. Clamping system is shit. It's really bad. Really terrible. Terrible. Frame is flimsy too. So it shakes and wobbles back and forth. Anyways, later.